Every 10 years, all people in the UK have to be counted in what we call a census. This provides information about the population and individual households. The population of swans is no different. And every year for 5 days, a census of all the swans takes place along a stretch of the River Thames, where the swans are counted and checked. Traditionally, this happens in July, when it is easier to catch the swans, as the parents are losing their feathers in a process called molting, and the cygnets are too young to fly. This annual event is called Swan Upping, and has been a tradition since the 12th century, starting around 900 years ago. Swan Upping used to happen all over England, but now only takes place on the River Thames. The process is a serious matter, and the job of Swan Upping has often been passed down through generations. With this task come many responsibilities. For example, when Swan Upping first began, swan uppers could be fined 8 old pennies for not having their swan hook with them. Originally, many people owned swans, and they were seen as a status symbol. The Crown has always been able to claim all unmarked mute swans. Today, the Queen may exercise her royal prerogative to claim ownership of any unmarked mute swan swimming in open waters in the UK, but this right is mainly exercised on the River Thames. There are also 3 other bodies that can own them. These are the Ilchester family, that has a bevy of swans at Abbotsbury in Dorset, and the Vintners and Dyers livery companies, which only have a royal charter to own swans on the River Thames. A livery company is a trading organisation. The Vintners traditionally trade in wine, and the Dyers are in the dyeing trade. During Swan Upping, the ownership of some of the young cygnets is divided between the Worshipful Company of Vintners and the Worshipful Company of Dyers.
Centuries ago, the kings and queens of England gave different people the right to own swans, and it may be because a wealthy person may have helped to fund a king's army. So the king said, now I'll give you the right to own swans. Now 2 of the people who maintain the right to own swans as a tradition are the Dyers Company and the Vintners Company. So this was given to the Vintners Company in about the 15th century, and they've maintained that right all those hundreds of years.
Why did the Dyers own the swans?
Good question. Nobody really knows. The swans in the United Kingdom belong to the king or the queen, and it's always been a cheap way of the king or queen to bestow an honour or to repay a debt by giving a present of swans to somebody. And so hundreds of years ago, the Dyers for some reason were given swans on the Thames. It was a big honour, and we've been looking after them ever since. Dyers as a trade, we always had to be on the river somewhere because we had to always wash the cloth and all the colours out of the cloths we were dyeing, and so we were naturally near swans all the time. So perhaps that's some of the origins. This is my badge of office. We have a prime warden who is the boss, and he's always voted for 1 year, and I'm what they call the renter warden, so I'm the deputy boss, and this is my badge. I have a blue ribbon, the prime warden has a red ribbon. Next year I become the prime warden, so I have a year in the sunshine, and after that it's all finished and then somebody else takes over.